Shalom. Thank you for joining me on the Attitude of Gratitude Challenge. This is day 12 of 30, so we're doing a 30-day challenge. Thank you for joining me. I hope that you guys have been journaling or keeping track of your attitude of gratitude. What are the 5 things that you are thankful for or grateful for today? What are those 5 things? I'm going to give you guys my 5 things that I am grateful for on today. So the first thing I am grateful for is elevation. So I thank God for elevation. I've seen where I just tracking where I started at. I was basically going back even to 2020. So just seeing where it all started in 2020 and how things have progressed in just 5 years. Just seeing how much progress has been made in 5 years. And I'm expecting exponential growth in the next 2 to 3 years. So I know that it's about to blow up. I know that it's about to be some increase. So I just thank God for elevation, seeing where it all started. And when they say you come from humble beginnings, like, baby, I was truly humbled with the way things started out. It was a humbling experience knowing that every day you did not know what that day brought or the next day. So you just had to be in the moment. You had to be grateful for every opportunity that you had that day, every person that shopped for that day. It was a day to day operation. Now it's a little bit better than it was. Well, it's much better than it was. So it's not a day to day operation. So I'm just grateful to God for elevation. The next thing I am grateful for is being open to opportunities, being open to opportunities. So give you guys like a little background of just taking advantage of different opportunities that have come my way, being open for them. So there was this one instance where a friend of mine was supposed to speak at a conference. And so she called me up and she was like, "Hey, T, like I'm supposed to speak at this conference. And I'm kind of don't know how I'm gonna feel about speaking at this conference. I'm getting a little bit stage fright, stuff like that." So I was just like, "Oh, okay, well." She was like, and I was just wondering, like, if I didn't want to speak at the conference, would you be willing to take my place? And I was just like, okay, well, I don't mind doing it. Just make sure you let me know in enough time, 2, 3 weeks out. So if you decided you don't want to do it, and I'll actually go ahead and speak in your place, you know, just let me know what the topic is at that point so that I can be prepared. So then it was like a 3 weeks out from the actual conference. And I was slated to attend the conference anyway, but not at the capacity of actually speaking. So then she doubled back to me and she was like, "Hey T, you know what? I ain't gonna be able to do it. I have nothing written down. I haven't come up with anything. I can't think of anything. And I'm just too nervous. Can you take my place and speak at this engagement?" And then I was like, "You know what? I'll do it." I was like, "What's the topic?" So I'm thinking like she gonna give me this topic that's gonna be kind of challenging for me, and I'm gonna have a hard time like coming up with something. And so she was like, "Oh, you just got to talk about the apprenticeship program, like the being an apprentice." And the trades and the building trades. I was like, "Oh, that's easy peasy lemon squeezy." Because when I say my roughest day in the trade was my very first day because I did it all wrong my first day. So, because I did it all wrong my first day, I had more of a story for people to kind of, be able to relate to. Maybe some people related to, maybe some people didn't relate to, but just letting them know what my experience was starting out in our apprenticeship program. And that was an experience. And I feel like I was in boot camp. So we talked about that, the good, bad, and the ugly. But it was kind of humorous because I have a way of having adventures even when I try not to. So they went on an adventure with me of what it was like becoming an apprentice in the building trades, becoming a construction worker for the very first time, not knowing anything, starting out from scratch, not knowing the history of unions or anything like that. So just getting started, just putting, stepping out on faith, putting in an application and going for what I knew. So doing that. The next thing that I'm grateful for is willing to take chances, in which we just talked about that too. Willing to take chances. So that was two of them in one, but willing to take chances. So always willing to like kind of throw my hat out there and get in the race when it comes to different things. I have a lot of different interests, and I'm sure you have a lot of different interests, but not being afraid to actually step out of your comfort zone, even though your interests sometimes aren't things that you're very good at. Stepping out of my comfort zone and being willing to take those chances and go out and give it my best shot. So, as they say, hit me with your best shot. Always doing that. Always giving it my best shot every time I step up to any situation, and just seeing how the blessings have came when I'm willing to take chances. So everything that I've ever done, God has blessed it. It's blessed my hands tremendously, has elevated me from like one point to another. It's always been a steady rate of improvement, a steady rate of increase, a steady rate of growth. So appreciative for that. So the next thing that I am grateful for is speaking what I expect. So not all the time do I do it in front of people, but just talking about what it is that I expect. So a lot of people call it speaking into existence, but saying what it is that my expectation is, what the goal is, and actually going for that, actually achieving it. And a lot of times, I could not explain to you how it happened. I could just tell you that it did. I cannot explain to you who made it happen all the time, but I could just show you that it did. So just knowing what the goal is in mind, what it is that I've thought about, what I've manifested, what I've said that okay, this is what it looks like. This is how I've seen it. I saw the vision, and now I understand what the goal is, and I'm going for it. So I just think I'm grateful for speaking what it is that I expect out of life, out of any situations, out of just what it is that I want in life. So the next thing that I'm grateful for is using words to build myself up. So if you have not ever did affirmations, we're going to take a time and do some affirmations together, and just speaking those things into yourself, hearing those words that you need to hear to help build you up. So it's your self esteem. So do the best you can to build yourself up. So a lot of times we are our worst critics. So you got to transition yourself instead of beating yourself up, speaking negativity to yourself, tearing yourself down. Now it's time to build yourself up, speaking positivity into yourself, giving yourself encouraged. Like they said, encourage yourself. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself. You have to be the main person that's on your team. When you start off, sometimes you're by yourself in your business. It's just you and God. So you have to find ways to encourage yourself. Something I used to do is those songs that I wanted somebody to dedicate to me to show love and appreciation for myself, I dedicated them to myself, and I had my own playlist of those songs that help build me up, help make me feel special. So whatever it is that makes you feel needed, wanted, loved, special, whatever those things it takes to help build you up. So if you're a person that likes flowers, then you should budget. Go purchase yourself a nice set of flowers, even if you have to have them delivered to you so that it makes you feel extra special. Make sure you do that for yourself. If you have your favorite things that you like to spend on, like trinkets for yourself, then you should do that for yourself. If you're a person that likes to get gifts of like food and stuff like that, then make sure that you do that for yourself. It comes in the form of like DoorDash and Uber Eats now, but definitely do those things that you love, like the way you love to be loved. Make sure you do that for yourself. So that's important, to make sure you're building yourself up. And if you haven't started your affirmations, then write down those things. I am. And as you can see, it's on my earrings today. I am successful. I'm going to read them to you so that way you got some affirmations to start with. I am love. I am motivated. I am intelligent. So don't call yourself stupid no more. If you make a mistake, it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to have like lapse in judgment and stuff like that. It's okay to trust. So I am intelligent. I am respectful. I am enough. I am beautiful. I am handsome. I am encouraged. I am strong. I am loved, because the first person that needs to love you is who? You. So make sure you're speaking life into yourself and you're motivating yourself by using your words to build yourself up. Those are my 5 things that I'm grateful for today. So continue to take this journey with me of the 30 days of Attitude is Gratitude Challenge, Attitude of Gratitude Challenge. We're on day 12 now. I owed you guys one day, so I'm making it up so that way we're right on track. So it's not about how you finish or when you finish. It's about the fact that you finish. Set the goal for yourself. Go ahead, and if you fall off a day, get back up, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward. You owe you the best version of you for the future. So I love you guys. Go out there and get yourself some fun today. Go and enjoy yourselves. It's Sunday. Relax. But if you go outside, just make sure you do not do it ash. You get your ash out of here and get you some hand crack and make sure that you're smooth, soft, silky, and supple. So we want to help you be the very best version of you while you're out here doing what you do. I love you. Have a great day. Shalom.